Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Megamax. Last episode we redesigned our canteen area so that we can make it significantly more secure by adding sort of little miniature canteen cell blocks, as it were, where we covered up some of the eating areas and added doorways. And I've got two different designs with the doorways. I've got ones like this with three one-way, well, single block doors, or I've got a version like this where I've got rid of two extra tables so that I can have wider doors. I feel like the wider door version might be a little bit better. I may even get rid of these two blocks here so that I can just sort of have guards far enough away from the prisoners so they don't have to do too much melee unless it's by their own choice. What I've also done is added a few little blocks right here so that our serving tables, you can imagine where they would go if we end up adding serving tables right here. I'll probably end up going all the way to the end, but I'm not too sure just yet. I might just sort of add more wall right here just so it doesn't look weird. There's just a lot of empty space I don't really find too appealing. But anyway, we're going to get that done later, or finished off and redesigned later on. For now, what we need to do is focus on our cell blocks. We have to make sure that the cell blocks contain a particular number of prisoners so that we know how much we're getting out of one of them. And at the same time, we want to make sure it contains all the facilities they will need so that we can have the cell block be basically cut off when it's a certain time of day, so they can all hang out in there and not get too annoyed because they still got plenty of things to do. It just means that they're all in one space and we can control them. We also have to make sure we have good camera angles as well. So I feel like putting a cell block right here is the best course of action. Actually, you know what? No, a cell block right here. Yeah, okay, change that. A cell block right here, another one right here, and then we'll probably end up having a second one right above that particular cell block. I don't want them to be too big, because otherwise we'll have too many prisoners in there. So just sort of keep it nice and tidy. It means we can copy and paste it as well, and that should work out for us fairly well. Space allocation is going to be a little bit of an issue right here, especially with what we have in our particular design. This bit may look a little bit dodgy just because of the way this is connected. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have a cell block here and probably another one right here. But then we have an odd amount of space around the outside that I don't really know what to do with. It's going to be very interesting. At least we can get it designed, and then probably off camera I'll do some calculations so that I can make this look good. Since we do have a lot of space up here that I don't know what to allocate with other than cell blocks just yet, and we want to get all the other rooms and pieces of hospitality, shall you say, including the armory. Although the armory is probably just going to end up being a little segment inside our main security room. Probably this little bit right here. Just put the armory in there. The kennel might end up being the same thing. Just the kennel and armory in the main office. And it's close to the canteen as well, where a lot of the shit will probably end up going down. Anyway. So a cell block. Let's go to planning right now. So we do have our walkways. We have to remember that these walkways cannot be connected directly to the cell blocks. And we also have to remember that these walkways need to be covered up by not one but two doorways. So we have to keep them with two doorways and probably have a guard constantly stationed near there so that people can go in and out. It's mostly two doorways so that if there is a riot, they have to go through two doors. So it's pretty much it, and it should be their only way to ever have to access the main entrance, which would also be blocked off by a doorway right here, and maybe even a second one if I'm really feeling cheeky. But I don't think that's really necessary, since we do have double doorway right here, and then machine guns on the corners. That's what this is for. It's meant to be a blade saw. It's meant to be like a, well, yeah, it's a sword trap. You go across the plate, it's like the cube. This is going to be very, very creepy and a very morbid prison. There's going to be blood everywhere. It's awful. So yeah, the cell block right here, just, it feels good to have a cell block right there. And then these sort of little square sections I can end up turning into probably classrooms, I would say. We also need to find out, we're going to have two locations for our visitation. I think having the visitation around about here is not a bad idea, because it's close enough to the point, the safe zone as it were. So any visitors coming in aren't ever going to have to interact with the prisoners directly, unlike before where it was the case in Megamax V1. So they'll come in through here, the visitors, and sort of come up and maybe, you know, some sort of system I'd have allocated in this particular zone. We still got to get the infirmary set up, and we're probably going to have a few more infirmaries around. But they're only going to be connected up in this particular section. Just makes it safe for everyone, including the kitchen staff. They don't have to go through the prison anymore. They can just go directly through here, which is great to see. Anyway, trying to think of everything, but I imagine I would have lost something else that I was going to say. So let's make sure we go on by an extra 10 right here, just so we can really get the spaces done. We want to do the same thing over here. And like I said, we don't want too many prisoners in one block. So we need to count the cells. We could even have bunks. I don't know. We might end up doing that. Bit of a bug right there. Oh, not a bug, a lag spike. I mean, same thing, right? Okay. I still don't know how I feel about this. Seems a bit pointless. I don't really need that. Because this could end up just being another cell block. Because I imagine I'm going to have another connection coming in from here. That one could probably end up going up. And I feel like cell blocks aren't all going to be the same. Some of them may even be more luxurious than others. Although I don't feel like that's going to be a necessity. Unless, of course, they start to get more rowdy than they really should be. But then, at that point, we'll just increase suppression. Everyone will be nice and happy. And by that, I mean nice and sad. Which is definitely what we want. So the walkways, or the doorways. Do we want to have 1 or 2? Probably 2. Especially if it's going to be this big. We're still going to have a good number of cells to fit in there. But we also want to have the other different luxury... Not luxuries. I'm trying to think of a word right here. It's the other requirements, basically. So a common room. Do you want to have a security room? 1 in each cell block? Might not be a bad idea. Like right next to the entrance. I might end up doing that. Just a little security room. Doesn't have to be insane. A yard as well. Do we want a yard in each cell block? Each cell block? That is also a good point. I feel like we can have a yard in each cell block. Or we can make these 2 bits into just big yards. I don't like the idea of that at all. Maybe these can be the yards. Yeah, that's a good idea. I feel like we need to make these a bit bigger then if we're going to have a yard. These should go all the way up. So the cell block will be that big. That seems a bit too big, doesn't it? But if it's going to be a yard... Or maybe the yard can connect up to 2 different cell blocks. It could be their way of mingling. Yeah, but then that makes it easier for them to sort of, you know, form gangs, I believe. Then again, I think having all of the same different kind of people in a cell block could help them to form gangs. Well, what I would have is some sort of swapping system for cells. So we'll just sort of randomly move people around. But I don't know if I can actually do that. I don't really know how the gang system works. I'm just sort of speaking out of my ass right now. As is per usual. Right, let's go to the planning and let's just sort of see what we can really do right here. So let's get the center. So this is, let's do it from here because it's easier to tell. 25, 25, and 3, 3. Alright, so this is that. Wait, is that right? That's 30, yeah? Yeah, 30. So this is the center right here. And we want to make sure, is this even? 35 by 62. Not ideal. This needs to be 64. If we cut this off. There we go. That way they're both even numbers. Anyway. So this is one of the entrances. We can have it poke out a little bit more. If we really want it to. So we can have it do this at first and then that. Just so that it's easier for everyone to get in and out. If anything, we might even want to poke it out a little bit more than that. So what we can do is poke it out like this. This can be the gate to get in. And then this can be at the little... Like if we destroy that. This can be the security room gate. That's wrong. Do we want the security room to be that? I think we need to poke it out by 1 more. 1 second. Just hold on to something. Oh. I clicked outside then. I didn't know I could do that. Right, there we go. Do I want the security room here? Because I feel like it encourages them to go, well, into the security room. I mean, I don't like it poking out like that. It would be like this. And then the security room could be about this big. I feel like that's a good fit for a security room. It doesn't have to be insane. It just needs to be a place where guards are chilling out. I mean, if really, what we should do is make this a security room now. I don't know if having these connected really makes a difference. I don't know. Maybe it does. Oh, well, we'll have it like this. We'll go to the... not materials, the objects. So, CCTV monitor, door control system, and a phone tap. Door control system is going to be useful for us. We are going to want to have one here. Also, a staff room. That's a good point, isn't it? I need to have a staff room, don't I? I can make this into half a staff room, or have one sort of hooked off one of these areas. There's loads of places for a staff room. I can even have a one right there, and then just sort of have one every now and again over around. It should be easy enough for them to get to the staff room. I don't want any staff rooms around here, unless they're connected up to a security room. And I probably will end up having another big security room on this side. We will see. But let's just imagine this is the way to get into the cell block. For now, don't know how I feel about this sort of connection. Because it just seems a bit odd. It seems odd. And also I feel like I said before, they might end up using it to get in and out. But that doesn't really make much sense. Mostly it sort of means if there's a riot going on in here, then the security can at least get out if they're trying to break in or something like that. No, I don't know. I'm thinking of this in a reality, in a game which probably doesn't have these mechanics. That's the thing. I'm probably being a little bit too real about this. Right, anyway, I like it, so I'm going to keep it. Now, it does mean that, you know, we get a little less cell coverage, but that's okay. Right, so let's go back to planning. So the walkways should only really be one across, but we'll make it slightly bigger in the main hall area. There we go. So we'll make it like this. Should it be like that? So that's the security room right here. Or should we have it just like this? I don't know about 2 blocks across, especially since we still got to make these cell blocks. So if we have one right here, one right there, there. We'll get these bottom cell blocks done first, then we'll sort of know where we stand on just how many we can have. Right, yeah, so it's off by 1 block, which is not really much of a big deal, because it means we can just sort of readjust. Or we can have one big room. We always end up having one big room. That's too big, though. Right, there we go. So if we just increase our doorway by 1... Of course, then it ends up doing that, which annoys the hell out of me. And the doorway ends up being a bit too big at that point. Right, let's scrap that. Making a cell block is quite difficult. Right, tell you what, let's just do this instead. Oh, that's not what I want to do at all. Of course, now I've completely screwed up where my center is. So that's perfect, really. If we go across to this edge right here and go across to the same bit, 30, 30. So that's still the center right there. So we can still have a bunch of cell blocks. Yeah, we're fine. Anyway, take a drink. So how many cells do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, perfect. 10. Okay. So 20 prisoners already fitted in there. That's quite a few. How do I feel about that? I don't know how to feel about that. Right, so let's cut off these 2 so it turns into 9. Because like I said, we still want the security room. We still want all the other amenities that will make their life significantly easier. So we have the entrance. Just like this. I don't know, maybe we'll block this off just to make it look a little bit more interesting. Yeah, I quite like that. Just a way to funnel them through. We'll probably end up having another thing on the other side. Of course, putting it here is sort of pointless because they can't go this way. So just having it here makes a little bit more sense to me. But oh well. We're going to have 2 ways anyway, just so it's easier to funnel everyone through. Now we have the security room. I think right here. Yeah. Maybe just sort of inside. So the security room could be right here. We could probably have another doorway here and here. So if we have a door here, another one there and there. It means if there is a riot taking place and they're all trying to get out, we could just close these 2 doors. That means the security guys can get out. Look, I'm just trying to make sure the security people don't die. I care about my staff, okay? Right, now as for the walls, well, this is still a cell block, but now we can pretty much make walkways around here. So, in fact, we can just get some more cell blocks installed on this little segment here. Right, there we go, some more cell blocks, and they end up having sort of 2 walkways to get into the other parts of the cell block. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Right, okay then. This should be the same. Yeah, it looks like 9. Okay. Anyway. So this section, we could make this slightly bigger. The showers is the next big step. So where do we want the showers? Tell you what, it's another good thing as well, because I've just realized this is another way to keep both sides of the same cell block separated by having it like this. I guess having the showers in the middle, though, is going to sort of ruin that a little bit. But the shower block's only going to open again at particular times. So I guess, once again, it just makes it harder for them to really coerce. How big should the shower block be? Well, it depends on the amount of prisoners we're going to get. So, well, we got 9... 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. We got 17 on that side, 17 on that side. Sort of trying to think of it as 2 separate blocks. But it's still one big block. Quite a few shower heads are going to be needed there. And we still need to make the yard. If this can be the shower... Do you want to have a doorway going in from security? Not really. Also, we need to make sure 5, right, there we go. So doorways right here. And then we just sort of have shower heads on all sides, really, and then a bit in the middle. Yeah, we can have a bit in the middle where we can have more shower heads. We'll just have it like this. Yeah, just have it be a slab, and then we can have 4 more. So that'll be our shower block. Now the yard. I don't think we can fit a yard. I don't think we can. Yard seems to be sort of the one thing that we're going to have trouble really adding to a cell block. So we got security room. We have a shower, which is wrong here for some reason. There we go. I think that's added more space, yeah. Added more shower heads. Of course, you can watch out. Don't turn around. You know, creepy things might start happening. I really want that yard. Yeah, I'm still going to get a yard in here. It is going to help out tremendously. Still curious how I'm going to have free time work out, though. That's not how this works. What am I doing? So here's some extra cell blocks. Now, a common room is something we're still going to be needing. Starting to work out. I think it looks quite nice. Of course, we do have 2 blocks across in the walkways. I don't think it's that bad. I was originally just going to have 1 block across. But I think for now, that's not that bad. 2 blocks. There's quite a few prisoners, so they want to make their way around. Also, we'll set up the doorways. I can't remember my system before. The doorway faced the toilet. That's it. So we can watch. Kind of weird. Alright, there we go. So that's how this works. And we'll probably sort of zigzag it. There we are. I like that. That way they can't directly see each other. Makes it harder, once again, for them to talk about life and experiences and when they get out. Because they're never getting out. Never! We're going to make sure to teach them the wrong lessons so that when they go out and cause another bad thing to happen, they come in and give us more money. Because this is the prison system, bitch. Right? No reform. Oh, that's the word I was looking for. I think someone commented saying that that's the word I was trying to look for. Thank you, person. Even though I'd never responded. I do apologize. Right, I'm going to make a yard, and it should be about this big. Excuse me. I think we're going to go up by an extra 2 blocks. So this is the yard. Now, do we want a way to get into the yard through the shower? No. However, to get into the yard, you go through these sections. There we go. So we can still make our way up like that. Which means we can get a cell block right there. There we go. There are quite a large number of cells in this cell block. As is tradition. Can we fit this? Yeah. It also looks pretty good as well. I'm quite happy with it. Tell you what, the showers could probably go down. Showers. Just the way I said showers there was a bit weird. Am I going to force yard time? I don't think so. Tell you what, the security room could also have phone taps here as well, so it makes it easier. And then we'll have some more cell blocks. And this ends up connecting through like that. Although we might have a walkway going underneath the yard. I don't know. So what else are we missing? Solitary. That's a good point. Do we want to have a solitary system set up in individual cell blocks? I don't think so, no. Solitary should be... I don't know, somewhere out of the way. So no one could really talk to them. So store it... Oh. Keep forgetting about that. We've got a shower. We will have a common room. A chapel? No, that's some outside. I mean, I still am going to have them walk around and do some stuff. I don't know about that. Because what about work time? That's a good point. This is sort of meant to be their bit. So it's mostly sort of little prisons inside one big prison. That's what I'm trying to visualize here. Which is why these cell blocks should be bigger then, shouldn't they? If I'm trying to do that, and the canteen's sort of one big area. But then at that point, you may as well just say, oh, I just have a little canteen here then, yeah. It's fine. We can still utilize big parts of the prison, because I still want to see prisoners walking around these walkways and actually doing stuff. But that gets rid of the security factor. It's here, so that if we don't want them outside because of any reason, they can still walk around and be happy and go in the yard and go in the shower and go in the common room or whatever. It just means they can't go out to eat or go to the workshop, go and pray or something, even though they can really do that in here. You know, work, go to class or anything like that. As to why they can't do it, I don't know. Maybe there was just... everyone was getting a bit rowdy, so bugger off back to your blocks. And by that I mean the chopping block. Bing! Well, bing, apparently. Bing! Right, walls. Okay. Oh, okay, we're running a bit far on time here. Now, the common room is a big one. I think we can easily just fit the common room in this corner. And we could have two, really. Since, like I said, I like the idea of like an odd separation system that we're having. But, of course, we want to sort of align this so it works with the cell blocks. So what we can do is have a bunch of extra cells right here. There we go, there's that walkway. And then a big room in the corner like this. Right there we go. And then we can still have a good number of cell blocks at the top here. And this is quite a big zone, you know. I don't mind it so much. I don't really know what to do with it, though. It could just be just cool, chill out, hang out spot. We're not going to have a cleaning cupboard around here. That would be stupid. We'll just have a... what we really should do is have a cleaning cupboard where the security rooms are. I could make the security room slightly bigger. Slightly bigger. Or I could just have a cleaning cupboard section. So, it doesn't have to be that big, does it? Oh, 3x3, okay. I think that's still good. I can make this half the cleaning cupboard, the other can be the security room. Then again, the cleaning cupboard's still good, because it means the prisoners can... We can work around it, I feel. We can just get rid of some prison blocks and turn it into a cleaning cupboard, yeah. That's what we'll end up doing if we really feel like we want to... if we trust our prisoners enough, which I don't think I do, and I know I never will. Right, so these corners, the common rooms, 8x7. I need to look up a guide as well on just sort of the best thing to do when you're doing these cell blocks. This is just sort of me winging it. I'm not sure if you can tell. I feel like I've done a pretty good job, though. Everything, it looks pretty, which is the main thing, obviously. You know, am I missing stuff? Probably. I've got the showers. I have got the 2 common rooms. Both cell blocks are 1, but they are separable. So if we just get the objects right here. And also, oh yeah, and the doorway's right here for... Actually, I'll make the doorway right there. Just it's double doorway and it opens up into the main bit. This could end up being a cleaning cupboard. Oh no, it can't. Because the prisoners need to actually get out. I don't know. We just got an open bit right here that I don't really know what to do with just yet. And also these prisoners all the way at the back need to go all the way down here to get out. And also we never ended up making that other exit, which we can do right here very easily. We can just get rid of these cell blocks right here. And then that can end up being our other exit, if we really want it to be. So we can chop this bit off. And pretty much go for whatever the hell we've done here. We can go to our cloning tool, I think. Is it this one? Clone. Oh no, we can't clone plans. Okay. Well, how far across is that? 8. Right, okay. That doesn't really matter so much. Like I said, we can just do that. And then the doorway can go here. There we are. That's a way to get in. So there's 2 ways to get in. It's easier for this side, though. That's the problem. And I don't want the prisoners to get out on this side. Not to mention there are multiple ways for them to get out. I don't like the multiple ways for them to get out. The only reason I don't mind it is what I might end up doing is when it's feeding time, I'll have this side open first so that all the prisoners on this side can get out. And then this side can open slightly after so that they don't all funnel in one area and have like, a bit of a struggle getting out. But instead it's sort of one side first, then the other side, and that'll be how we easily get them through the hallways, sort of single file attitude kind of thing going on. I like the idea of that. I think it'll be kind of cool. And also I really want to just muck around with servos and the wiring in the game, because I think it's a very neat mechanic. But there we are. There's our cell block design, ladies and gentlemen. We always have sort of a design episode and then a build. We're going to be building it next episode. And I think if it works out, that'd be pretty good. If you have any suggestions of what else I should really do with the cell blocks, I can always... well, I'll build it. If we end up finding a better design later on, I can make a new design. And then we'll see how that works out. And then we'll just delete it and make it again. Because, you know, we have money. Not much left, but we're getting there. And I think that's that's quite a high number of prisoners. So, prisoners. So there we are. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter for updates on my channel and Twitch for live streams. I've been the Innkeeper once again for the 10 billionth time. And I look forward to seeing you all next time for some more Prison Architect Megamax V2. Bye-bye. Have a good one.